Okay, Assassin's Creed Revelations trophy guide. I don't think so. Oh, is it on PS4? No way. Can you get it on PS4? Remastered. I think you can. Well, anyway, this video, we're going to be talking about why this is the best Assassin's Creed that has ever been released. Including any of the Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed 4, which were actually pretty bad, I guess. I mean, Assassin's Creed 4 wasn't that bad. Probably the second best, in my opinion. But yeah. Remastered gameplay. Oh shit, it's PS4. You have that weird ass intro. You have to go through all this BS. The story really wasn't that bad. Boom. Damn, I remember all that bullshit, especially at the start. PS... This is PS4. Okay, fair enough. But it was pretty dope. And pretty much 90% of the reason was because of the multiplayer online, which was one of the most addictive video game that I've ever played, purely because of this. I used to play it till like 5 AM. I remember when I first started, I was so bad. I'd just get rocked and annihilated in every single game because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how to identify pursuers and stuff like that, and it's been years since I played this game, but every time I think of it, it's just wow. It's just there in the back of my head. And it's pretty dope. I mean, I remember playing it till like 5 AM, and then I'd go to school, and then I'll be able to see the little target identifier logo thing in the top right, like it would flash in my eye when I'd close my eyes. It was completely insane. So I'd play this and play this and play this. I don't actually know if I can get it up and show you. Multiplayer gameplay. This should get us an image of it. Alright, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. I used to see this thing. You see this square thing up here? I used to see that all the time. Like I'd blink in the shower, or I'd blink while I was like on the yard at school, and it would come up in like my eye. It was ridiculous. And it would normally come up like this with the blue thing around. And normally, I don't know, I'm not a scientist, but I'm guessing it's because of the dopamine spike or the alertness I'd feel. Because when it normally, okay, so you've probably played the game, so you already know, but for those of you that don't, when it goes blue like this, normally you'll just have the standard image and this blue won't be around it. But when this blue goes around it, it means that your target is in your line of sight, so they're nearby. Alright, that means you can go and get them and approach with caution so that they don't stun you or get a contested kill. When it goes like this, it means they're really close to you. As you can see here, his target is the, I can't remember what the player is called, but this woman. And yeah, it's pretty close. So what you do here, I guess, is just slow down until she approaches you, or maybe she'd go down there, which would actually be preferable, because then she wouldn't see you coming. Because going this way, you can't actually see what's in front of you, and it could kind of make it bait if you like walk into someone or walk into a crowd and fuck them. It would be clear that you're not an NPC, and then that way you could get stunned and lose the target. But basically, whenever I'd see this, my brain would kind of go into an alert state, because I'm like, shit, I have to be careful if I want to get the most points for the skill. And the way I'd normally go about getting the most points would be to throw a smoke bomb around them. Awesome if you're coming up behind them, you just throw a smoke bomb, or if you're walking past them, you throw a smoke bomb, or even nearby them, you would just get them, just throw a smoke bomb. And then you let the focus come in. When focus is basically when you're near them, you can kill them, but you sort of leave some time before you kill them. So I was playing on PS3, so you'd press square to take them out. But if you stand next to them for a while, there'd be this focus thing where basically a circle would fill around the kill button. So obviously when you go near them, the button to kill them comes up, and you can do it instantly, but you get more points if you wait a bit longer. I don't know if that's like showing off. You get more points for showing off, but it was just a thing. So if you go near them and let the focus fill up around the square button and then press the square button, once it's full, you get extra points. So what I'd do was I'd throw a smoke bomb, get the focus around them, and then poison them, and it was insane. You just watch the points just chain up like ching, 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 ching. It was amazing. The storyline, I guess, was okay. It was kind of boring, but I mean, it was boring, but I really enjoyed it for some reason. It was super refreshing, even though it wasn't like really like action-packed like Brotherhood. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood had the best storyline in pretty much almost any game I've ever seen. I think it's probably because it was the first Assassin's Creed I'd ever played, but it was dope, man. It was wow. It was completely different to anything I'd ever played before. It was open world, and it was stealth. GTA is open world, but you just run and gun, you know what I'm saying? But this was like stealth, double blades, you take out 2 guys at the same time, horses, tons of Easter eggs. I went down and fought those werewolf people for the feathers or the wolf pelts or whatever it was that you'd collect in that game. I think I got it to like 95% or 99% even, but I just couldn't find the last one. That was kind of annoying, and I had that on Xbox 360. But this was dope, man. It was just insane. Like I said, I used to play it till 5 AM. I guess you could say it was bad, but I really thoroughly enjoyed the game. And then I'd see the flashes of like the things come up. And I got really, really good at it, where I'd finish in the top 3 in most cases. The game modes were so fun. I mean, just look at it. Look at the user interface or the UI, just the elements, nice color scheme. You got these things in the background. The music was awesome as well. I remember even trying to download some of the official soundtracks, which were like an hour long. I managed to find those. The kind of like church style music. It was so sick. I don't even know if I enjoyed the music, or maybe because the music was from the game and I enjoyed the game, so I kind of like, in my brain, it just made the music more pleasant. But just everything, even choosing these characters, there'd be a lag in the character selection. So like you couldn't, like, for example, if you press left really quickly, there'd be a lag before you'd get to this character here. Yeah, it would be pretty slow. But even then, you still enjoyed it because it was like, oh yes, I'm taking time to select my a character or whatever. And I guess it would kind of slow you down when it would actually be pretty good when other people chose, say, the person you wanted to be, because then it's like less indecision, less thinking about who to choose, because now there's less options. So there's less sort of like there's just less options to choose. So you have I guess, I don't even know how to put it. It's less complicated. There you go. And then the game would start, and you feel good. It's just oh, I guess he's playing on his own. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it would always start like this, fine, and then the woman would be like, find your target and execute them, or some shit like that. Avoid your pursuers. And then you'd have these were awesome. These were really, really helpful in the I forget what the modes are called, because they don't really call them by like the standard like Call of Duty modes. They'd call them by, you see, there we go. Oh, this was the practice mode. I remember this shit. But yeah, they don't call them by the standard names like Team Deathmatch. I mean, they do. There's some of those, but like some of the other modes, like for example, Free for All here is called Assassinate, I think, where you just walk around and you have to notice people who are looking and acting dodgy, and then you set your target on them, and then you go and take them out for points. But yeah, these traps, the things you can see shining there, were really, really useful in stuff like this like Capture the Flag, it was really helpful. Capture the Flag was freaking awesome. It was actually probably the second favourite game mode. No, it's definitely first favourite game mode, up there with I don't know if you'd call it Team Deathmatch. Yeah, I think it was Team Deathmatch. I think. I'm not sure though. Because, no, I don't think it was Team Deathmatch. Was it Team Deathmatch? I'm pretty sure it wasn't Team Deathmatch. It was just like this mode where you have like 8 players and you're given targets and you have pursuers, and the person in the top gets more pursuers because obviously they're at the top, and then you just keep getting targets and then you just take them out, and it's just that with everyone. So it's kind of like a free-for-all but with assigned targets. Assassinate was kind of like a free-for-all, but you had to find your targets yourselves. Here the machine gives it to you automatically. It was pretty dope. Jump in the hay bale to try and hide. It didn't always work, because then when someone would walk past and just take you out in it was kind of annoying. Assassin's Creed Origins is out. I'm going to avoid watching the rad stuff because, I don't know, I guess I want to play it for myself. Let's actually find out. I'm not actually sure if Assassin's Creed Origins multiplayer. What's going on? Assassin's Creed Origins multiplayer. Let's see if it has multiplayer. No multiplayer. Oh my god. Origins ditches multiplayer. No multiplayer, but online features make an unwelcome return. This is a joke, man. Online multiplayer is the best part of these games. Well, I mean the story, if they develop that well, but ever since Assassin's Creed 3, Revelations was the last good story, because again, even though it wasn't super action-packed, it was still like super dope, because it's like Ezio past his prime. He's like the old wolf, kind of deteriorated, but he can still run circles around people because of his experience. It was just super dope, and now you have this hook thing as well, which they added into the game. I mean, it wasn't that useful because in the others, they instead of the hook, I mean in this game, you have the hook, but less free running opportunities. You still have free running opportunities, but you have the hook to like travel across longer distances. But in stuff like Brotherhood, and especially in Assassin's Creed 3, you had lots of free running opportunities, like lots more space and lots more buildings with like ledges and stuff like that that you could run around and climb onto. And they kind of swapped that out in Revelations for the hook, because you could just zip line from building to building. I mean, it was pretty dope, but it was pretty passive. It was always fun to have that sort of free running effect. You could run here and run there, and it was awesome because then you could, for example, in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, what I really liked to do when I was getting pursued, for example, was run, and then say, like, hang off a building as if about like I've dropped down. I'd hang on a ledge, and then as soon as the opponent would approach, I'd then take him out from there, unless it was multiple opponents, in which case you're messed. But yeah, it was pretty dope. No, it was awesome. My favourite Assassin's Creed, hands down. Brotherhood's great story. Revelations, good story, plus best online multiplayer pretty much ever played. There's no other game that I've played the multiplayer mode so thoroughly as with Assassin's Creed Revelations. And you could even get to like prestige modes where you have like a star next to your profile picture, I guess. I mean, it wasn't that important, but it just took, but it wasn't that important. It wasn't really a big deal. I mean, you could get some stuff. There you go, you'd have the star next to your name like this up here, if you can see it. Not really. Let me see if I can find another one. There you go, the star like this. So you get to level 50, and then you get the star. And then I think you'd prestige, and I'm not sure what that would do. You'd basically reset all your stuff. You know how prestige goes, you reset all your stuff. And then you work back up to it, and there were people who were like 39 prestige and like stuff like that. And I loved this game, and I played it so long, and after so much time I only managed to get it to like the first prestige. So whenever I see someone on like some next level prestige, I was just always like, oh my god, how long have you been playing this game? Just like, wow. Because it took me so long to get to just that first prestige. That when I see like 39 prestige, I just imagine all those hours of playing times like 39, times like 45 or whatever it was that people were on. But yeah, cool. And yeah, that's another thing. It was so good. I actually got this Uplay thing for the first time, which is normally a waste of time because you're just like, what am I doing with all these stupid credits? But kind of helped me in game, get new skins, get new stuff like that. I can't remember what I used it for. Mostly for, I think it was for like characters and stuff like that. But yeah, super dope. I don't know where these are coming from. All the fantasy stuff. Alright. These are Assassin's Creed 4 players. I recognise this guy. Remember, I used to see him quite a lot in everyone's YouTube videos. There we go. You see, you go to the link and you see him in the YouTube video. And is he playing as the guy? This guy was awesome. So I'm out. Does he play any at all, or is he just showing off? Unlock Templar outfit, character customization. No. Revelations was awesome. The maps were sick. Everything was just dope in this game. I think it was the last good story, because then Desmond dies at the end, which was fucked. Or was it Assassin's Creed 3? It was actually Assassin's Creed 3 where he dies at the end, wasn't it? But yeah, just look at that, man. Night time. Beautiful, beautiful game. But anyway, I guess that's all in terms of my opinion. I'll just keep recycling and blabbering the same stuff. Dope game, dope multiplayer, tons of stuff available on there. I think that's Assassin's Creed 4 as well. Origins, ever since like Black Flag, when they took off the multiplayer, I'm just like, what is going on? Like, what was it? Unity, where the multiplayer is like online multiplayer, story mode. What is going on there? You're not in the Animus anymore. Oh dear. But yeah. Oh, that looks pretty cool. They never should have taken that online multiplayer out. Even this freaking Origins, man. What's going on there? And now we're going back to like the freaking what do you call it? Ancient times, right? Ancient times in Egypt, like the first ever assassins. This better be the last, the very last, and I'm being serious, like the last Assassin's Creed where they go back in the past, because we've had enough of that. We go back to like Altair and all these guys, which I haven't even played, so I don't know the whole complete story. I mean, I did pick up on it. I was told in like Assassin's Creed 3 or something like that, where they go back on how these like the Templars and how the assassins came to be. But to be honest, like, no, make the story as enjoyable as you can, but we still need that multiplayer because it's literally the best part of the game. Story is always going to be dope for Assassin's Creed, always. But once that's done, people want to be playing online multiplayer with enough of like unlocking stuff in the game, like different outfits and shit. We want that online, because then there's actually a sense of achievement, like you're running around and this is helping you against other players that are also good. So you might have this one, another guy might have this one, and this one is better, so he's kicking your ass a little bit, so you come in second, you're like, oh shit, I need to work up to this because this has certain features that would help me. I saw the way he was using it. It deflected this thing which I normally use, which lets me come in first place all the time. But I saw the way he was using that, and it was able to deflect what I normally do, and that's why he came in first place with just this many more kills than me. You can't really do that when it's just running around free roaming on story mode. And even if you could, it doesn't really have that much meaning, because you're like, oh look, I beat some NPCs, sweet, cool. But when it's online, it has that meaning. It's like, wow, playing against other people around the world. It's pretty dope. I came first against real people, not just NPCs. I mean, you can make the NPCs more difficult, but at the end of the day, when you're playing against real people, it's just, it has more meaning. You know what I'm saying? You care more. You can lord it over them if you have that sort of ego. But yeah, top tips for them, which I'm not going to listen to. I just really hope they do, because that will motivate me to buy the next game that comes out. This I'm not going to buy. I'll probably just watch the Rad Brad play, unless the story's like ridiculous, which it probably isn't going to be, because in the trailer they just show you freaking everything. Everything. I think this is it here. They show you everything in the trailer. I mean, it's cool, right? Super cool trailer. But they also had a super cool trailer for Watch Dogs 2. And look how that shit turned out. But fuck it. Hopefully we pray they bring multiplayer to the next Assassin's Creed, because that was the best part of the game, hands down. Story mode is fun. Give context to what you're experiencing. Experience the story of the assassins. I mean, they've done Splinter Cell, right? They can get an Assassin's Creed that's now based in the future, like actually in the future. Maybe not as far as Perfect Dark Zero, not Perfect Dark Zero, Ghost in the Shell type future, like hyper futuristic, like Blade Runner or Tron or something. But like the near future, like let's say 2020 or something. It's still in modern times, running around with Splinter Cell style, sort of that smoothness to it, and the precision and the accuracy that Splinter Cell has with like the takeouts and stuff. I didn't really see a lot of that in Assassin's Creed. It was still pretty smooth, I guess. I mean, yeah, it was pretty smooth, but in terms of stealth, Splinter Cell definitely has way more stealth. And you can say it's because they throw in a lot of the technology and stuff, which is great. But at the end of the day, when you watch the two, you can see the difference. So if we were to... Okay, let's... New mission. And then we watch some Splinter Cell PS4. The Division? No. Blacklist was the one, and I think it's pretty old. Damn. Yeah, even here you can see it's smooth. Like, actually, is it? Or maybe not so much for the running around and stuff like that. But transitions between covers and stuff like that. Enemies taking out enemies. This guy isn't playing properly. This is stupid. It's not really a run and gun. Here we go. Perfectionist stealth. There we go. That's what we're looking for. You can see the stealth's just moving around is a lot smoother. If you take stealth seriously, I mean, you get rewarded for it. It's nice. There's stuff like the light, which you can avoid, obviously. And then you can go take the guy out. I think in Assassin's Creed it's a little bit different. If I can find a scene where they're playing for stealth.
The smallest one. This one's the smallest one, and one thing we try to do is be very respectful of the architecture that we know exists. Yeah.
Cool. This game's running really smoothly here. I can see like the way they're moving around and stuff. Okay. I don't know. I guess it is pretty smooth after all. But now imagine something like this with still the Assassin's Creed context and same style of storyline. Maybe a new descendant that the Assassins can use to, I don't know, further their cause and stop the Templars or something. But in a futuristic setting, and it would just be dope. Don't need to be driving cars or doing anything extreme, but a few high-tech, maybe like a silenced pistol, you know, a blade, and then go from there. But at least not anything too extreme, like scaling stuff, jumping around, running around. You could substitute hay bales for, I don't know, maybe dust bins. Those giant bins that the trucks collect. I don't know, they'll figure it out. But just stop putting it in the past. It's kind of boring. It's full of dust and sand and old folk and horses and shit. Anyway, that was my more than 2 cents, more like $2. That was my $2 on the Assassin's Creed Revelations multiplayer, and just my general opinion on where the whole scene is moving. I mean, they're Ubisoft out there. They made Splinter Cell. They can kill it on Assassin's Creed 2. Just set it in the future. I'm getting bored of just past story bullshit. It's just the same stuff watched over and over again. I think since maybe, I think after, yeah, they really should have stopped it at Assassin's Creed 3, because that was like, get it. World Independence, he's like this Hawaiian geezer, and he has to stop surfing and go and fight like the British and all this stuff. They, at one point, you had to destroy a boat with like tea on it. What the fuck? But it had really good mechanics. It had like a frostbite or something, or something that just made it look much cooler. And the way Connor would run, they just completely changed it. It was very different to like the past Assassin's Creed games, where the game engine that they used anyway. Was it Anvil? That's what it was. Anvil. And Frostbite, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, Anvil was in it. That's what would come up on the loading screen. But yeah, that progressed it quite a lot because it was a lot smoother. Free running was so smooth. So smooth. But yeah, I pray for multiplayer in the future. But to be honest, if they haven't brought it ever since Unity, they're probably not going to do it again unless they see sales going fuck down, or someone super popular, PewDiePie, roast the game for not having multiplayer. In which case they might be motivated to put it back in. But until then, I'm just going to be binging the Rajbad walkthroughs. And thank you really for making it this far in a video, even if you skipped through just to see what I talk about. Thank you for watching, and of course, if you enjoyed, leave a like, a thumbs up. It always helps me to see what content I can make more of and what you guys want to see. But damn, I've monopolized enough of your time already. I've got some other videos to watch, some more Reddit posts to read, and more fact to. So go ahead. Peace.